be, so we don't have to like.
There's levels to this shit.
There is levels to this shit, guys, and the grind don't fucking stop. So.
Hey, but I really, honestly, like, I told them, I'm like, bro, we gotta link up. We gotta link up because there's a lot to say, man. And there's a lot to, and I was telling him, I'm gonna reiterate it just because I'm sure it'll get edited.
Definitely, yeah.
Exactly. Just that you joined this. What's your name, bro?
Lee.
Actually, I'll just introduce you. Yeah, I'll just introduce you. So, all right, you don't have to wear the headphones if you don't want. It's more of just so you can hear yourself, and then just kind of put this about
Beautiful accent.
right here. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Say it again.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Let's say this is gonna be part 2 of episode of not famous podcast, right? So we have here an old friend of mine, you know, straight from across the pond, you know, Mr. Toon Army General himself, fucking Lee Clark, you know, Clarky, but Clarky, how you been, bro? Honestly,
good,
mate, mate, I'm excited to have you here.
I'm buzzing to be on here, like.
Yeah, buzzing. You see buzzing. He's already buzzing.
I'm so buzzing. It's just going to be so much banter flying everywhere.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. So we're like I said, we're excited to have you. And as you meant, obviously, Albie, fucking part 2 to kind of bring you up to speed. We're just talking about anything and everything, and wherever your mind goes, just fucking hop on it, man. If you got a question, ask.
Happy days.
We were gonna talk about mindset right now, and right before you walked in, we were talking about like, so biggest thing why I hit it off with him was because like, yeah, I've always wanted to help others and like, you know, help them and like for them to believe in themselves. But then I met this guy, and he's like, yo, people's mindsets, pretty much he was saying like, if people start believing in themselves, like that they're shit, like there's nothing that you can do to help them. Like they gotta do that themselves, and he's always telling us like never talk like even when I doubt it, like if I doubt something, he's always been like he's like change that mindset.
That shit.
He's like change that shit.
Like, oh, don't get old.
Yeah,
literally. I'm like, yo, like,
yeah,
like,
literally.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, chill with that self-talk because exactly that. You know,
dude, self-talk is absolutely detrimental to your life, dude. If you don't. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, manifest it. Like, I don't go into that much.
I'll fucking dive into that.
Yeah, I don't go into that, but I definitely be like, hey, self-talk is.
And fucking, I'll fucking back it up too.
I love it.
Yes, I'm like, no. It's the subtle things. It's the subtle things. The shit that slides. That's where it's at. You know, like, oh, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. You're
like I said, you start thinking.
Hold on. What's let's go into religion. What's the rosary? Repeating.
Yeah, exactly.
Repeating.
Prayer.
What's the mantra? Repeating.
It's
what's
ultimately
hypnosis?
self-talk.
Repeating. It's the same crap. In you know, in different ways.
Yeah.
So you dismiss it as such a like, oh, I'm not saying shit. No, I'm like, no, like you're literally putting yourself in this bubble.
Correct.
Oh, I'm old. I'm like, dude, I'll play flag football with like 18-year-olds right now. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh no, I'm not because. Mind over matter. Like I pay attention to those little sayings. You know what I'm talking about?
Definitely.
And the thing is, it's cool because there's 10 years between us. There's 10 years. There's 10 years between us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just picked up on that because you said that you guys.
Yeah, I just turned 30. Yeah.
30. Oh, I'm 36. But you know what I'm talking about? The same shit.
Ultimately, yeah, about same shit.
I'm 29, homie. So it's not 10 years.
Wait, how
old are you?
28. So
you're 28. Okay.
Yeah. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, you have no idea the power of the mind. And all I'm gonna say, I'm like the placebo effect.
Big. Yep. Massive.
Where pharmaceuticals will give you a sugar pill and you will have the same effects as
Yep.
Right?
So actually, I was, because you guys are obviously in like public adjusting, so you're ultimately, I don't want to say you're into the sales, but you do kind of have to sell your services, you know what I mean? Let's say, right? So what's it called? One of the books exactly your pitch. Yeah. So the book I'm reading right now is by Simon Sinek or Sinek. I don't know how you say his last name, but you know, huge. You know,
hopefully
very.
He corrects you in the comments.
Yeah, I hope so. if Simon Sinek or Sinek, whatever, correct me please. If he comments on this podcast, I will be more than happy and be fulfilled. You know what I mean? He's one of like the top leaders right now in like, you know, business and stuff like that.
Oh, let's have him on.
And his book, Start With Why.
For real.
I'm reading it now, and honestly, one of the reasons or one of the things they say when you're selling, it's that like companies will put like that fear into you. You know what I mean? So like it gives you like the look. If you don't fix your house is gonna fall one day, and you're like, oh shit, like I don't want my house to fall. Like, yeah, sign me your insurance. I want to fucking fix this problem right now. So it's like that. So it's all mentality, bro. Exactly.
There's a problem, become the solution.
Yeah. That is literally it.
Oversimplify it.
Literally
There's a problem, become the solution.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally it.
Boom. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in. That's it. That's the podcast. Be the solution, guys.
Clarky just
way
leaves.
too woke.
Thank you for having us. Cheers.
We're gonna get shut down.
But before we continue, what's up, bro? I haven't seen you in quite some time, actually. I can't remember the last time
Long time.
Was it when I think you showed up to my wedding, so that might have been.
That can't be the last time.
It can't be last time, surely.
Oh no! When we went out to the club, when these two guys were wifed up,
I had no fucking voice at all.
Yeah, and these
I
two
was
guys,
horrible.
bro. So yeah, these two guys were like wifed up with some chicks. You
mate,
and
I was
you and Trav.
absolutely 11th wheeling. Not fucking
looking at the camera.
That was 2021. That was 2021. Yeah, 2021. That's the last time
August,
I saw you.
Yep.
That's mental.
Yeah, bro. That's the last time I saw you for Andy's birthday.
Yeah, Andy's birthday. Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, you and I partied together.
I was just had to fucking make my own sign language because every time I tried to talk, I was like,
He was so pissed because he's like, "Fuck these guys." They're like,
Because he's got that beautiful voice.
They're all supposed to be single, and then they're like locking lips with some chick. He can't even talk. He had like no voice.
in football terms, since we're going into football later on, he was absolute man marking.
Oh, good times.
Yeah,
What you been up to, brother?
Just busy, mate. Just coaching.
What, you like
So he's
soccer?
Yeah, big soccer guy.
So I went back to school.
Okay.
Still waiting on my visa.
Second masters.
Oh shit.
Yeah, my visa.
Second masters?
Yeah.
What's the first?
First one was organizational leadership up at Manhattan College.
Oh, nice.
That's where we met.
In the Bronx. That's
we were roommates up in New York.
This
really?
First.
Yeah.
Hey, that should be just a segment.
A segment.
Yeah. If we were roommates, how would I pause?
Honestly, you know what? Now that you bring that up, actually, I would like to say this because I've lived with both these gentlemen. So I would like to know kind of like your thoughts on like, you know, what was it? You know,
gentlemen, please.
Yeah. Of this.
No me pintas.
Oh yeah, no me pinte.
But honestly, I think I'm a great fucking roommate. First off,
No, you are a good roommate. My only issue with you
the mustard stains.
is one, when you used to be obsessed with apple juice, you were just way too grown to be drinking all that apple juice. And I tell the story to this day of when I told you that I threw it away, but I hid it and I forgot that I hid it. And when we found it, we were dying. We were cracking up. Yeah. Yeah, like I forgot that I hid it.
Apple juice.
Bro, because he was obsessed with apple juice and like we were trying to help him like cut down on weight. And I was like, bro, she has like 52 grams of sugar per serving. So like I just hid it from him.
Well, were you like fucking brainwashed? That is like, oh, this shit's good for me.
He just liked it.
Nah, I just never been one to like drink much water. I've been a big juice guy, and apple juice was my go-to. And I mean, you go to Walmart, you get the big ass Mott's fucking.
Shit,
that's so American. So American.
And I got a fucking jug full of crap.
So besides that, and the fact that he would like, I guess I don't know, a couple of times he left mustard stains like on the kitchen counter, and we would just tease him about it. Like, bro, like pick up after your damn mustard stains. But that was the only thing that.
That's one thing. Now I'm actually like a clean freak.
Was he always this?
Yeah, I was fat before.
Yeah,
bro. I used to weigh 250 pounds, homie.
Bro, when I first met Ivan back in the 3rd grade,
he
was like the little chonchito boy, like, you know, thick cheeks, you know, with his like special boy boots, you know, pigeon toes.
You guys have?
Can we like? Have you like some photos?
Have you seen?
Yeah,
Forrest
we gotta
Gump?
get some of those.
Have you seen? Is it Forrest Gump?
Yeah. Where he literally runs out of
standard the beginning scene where he has like the orthopedic shoes. I had something similar, bro, because I was pigeon-toed.
Yeah,
I used to wear pigeon-toed. I have flat feet.
They look like combat boots with like these like thick black cables on the side.
And then it had a belt strapped to the top.
Damn.
Yeah.
How was it running in this?
That shit.
It was weird. I could do all sports though. Thank God I could play sports. That's the only thing that
Yeah.
saved me from being like bullied.
Yeah, for real.
But then obviously that's why I am the way I am.
Yeah.
Nah, I wasn't.
That way I am.
I was.
These are my special
like,
boots.
No, but I wasn't. Compared to the rest of the kids, I wasn't like bigger. I was just like chunky, I guess.
Yeah,
You know, I was
yeah.
big,
monkey.
but there was bigger kids, and there was like definitely taller. The girls were all taller than us at the time.
Yeah, because I didn't get tall till about 9th grade.
Yeah,
You're tall?
Like, well, I would say. All right, I mean, in this fucking ceiling, you feel pretty tall.
I got a beer with me, so I got an excuse.
What? Wait, well, how tall are you?
He's like, I have a beer in me. I have an excuse.
Oh,
You're
tall are
6
you?
foot tall, right?
6'2".
Oh, okay, yeah, you
Yeah.
got
Perfect height.
you got 2 inches on me.
Perfect type.
That's fine. I got 2
Yeah.
inches on you somewhere else.
Perfect.
That's all that matters.
Eh,
Let's go, whip it out.
But no, what about you, Clarky?
hey,
Did you have
this shit just pivoted?
yeah.
any issues with
After
Phineas
dark.
as a roommate?
Nah, no issue.
No, but give me a good one.
Nighttime.
Give me a good one.
All right, have you seen Little Nicky?
Yes.
Right, do you know when Little Nicky falls
Oh,
asleep?
hold on. So we were roommates
Well,
in
no,
an
no,
apartment.
no,
Wait, no, we're gonna get back to it.
No, we're gonna get back to it.
We're gonna get back to it.
No.
No,
Let
he
me
knows.
give you
Wait.
perspective. So when I first met him, I went to Manhattan College, right? And then I lived in the dorm rooms because it was like last minute, like I'm moving to New York, you know. And I was like, I
Same.
can't find an apartment, so
2 months.
Phineas used to run away every 2 years. He would just
every 2 years I would move,
different places.
Literally, it was weird.
For a while, he was just.
I'm a wanderer myself.
That's
No,
what it
no,
is.
but like he
Not
wasn't
all
like
who
wondering.
wander
He
are
just was
lost.
like trying to find a home.
Yeah, so
just end up back at home.
yeah, help me, I'm poor. Yeah, so I moved into the dorms, and I was supposed to be. I don't even know where to go.
I give him to Clarky. The keys.
Oh, the keys.
Oh,
You got the
keys,
keys. Yeah. So what's it called? I moved into the dorm rooms, and since I was obviously older at the time, I was already 24, 25.
Don't lose these.
I was like, yeah, no, I gotta get home. And how do you call it? So I moved into the dorms. I'm supposed to have like my own room, and I'm like, cool. So I kind of set up the room to have a one.
You're only supposed to have your own room because I walked in and I was like, I'm not living on the fucking dorms. Like, I'm.
Yeah, he's like, mate, you know,
I'm
whatever.
22 at the time, and I'm like, I've never stayed on the dorms like in America.
This guy thought it was prison. I got.
No,
they
like-
told me I gotta like the
It
first
felt like it.
person
It felt like
that
it.
checks me, I gotta check him back.
Well, that's what I mean.
This
Well,
guy,
no,
like,
because I was like,
this guy
it's
walked
gonna
in,
be a
he's like,
randomer, and then I seen that there was 2 beds there, and I was just like, this could be fucking atrocious. Like,
Yeah.
so I went and seen, is it the RA or whatever they call it?
Yeah.
And then they showed me like
RA.
this off-campus student housing. Even worse, no doors, no windows for us, just a little curtain, and the kitchen was there. I was like, I'm not having that. So I walked back in and went, I'm your new roommate.
And he was like, hey, man. So I'm like, hey, look, all good, brother. Like, I'll move the dresser. I moved the dresser to the side. We built that other bed, and
the
then
West
that's
Ham, what was it?
that's
The
it.
West
Yeah,
Ham
because I was
flag
like, oh,
or
you're
shirts?
English. I was like, oh, you watch footy? And he's like, oh, of course. I'm like,
He goes, I play
what
that
team?
shit.
And he's like, Newcastle. And I'm like, oh, West Ham. And we're like, cool. We're both mid teams. Which now Newcastle is not much of a mid team, but
Unbelievable. We'll get
what's it
onto
called?
that
Yeah,
later.
we'll get onto
It's a
that later.
touchy subject.
Saudi money.
It's-
Saudi
It's
money.
a touchy subject.
It's that we're getting Arab money, you know, type shit. But
We'll talk about that too.
but yeah, so
you guys want to talk about the
so
soccer
then
version?
when we
wanna talk
became-
about the fuckery version.
when we became roommates, we were living literally like beds. Like there was what 3 feet fucking
but
between
that's
our
the
beds.
best,
Yeah.
though. That's the
Oh no,
best.
it was
Yeah.
class.
Well, it's
Don't
the
get me
best
wrong.
when you have somebody like they got along, bro. But
Yeah,
what
yeah,
if you
yeah,
get
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
stuck
No,
with
I
somebody?
always wanted that experience of like that.
Sleeping
like
with
that.
another man?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna get you, Papa. I'm gonna get you.
Here
You're
all
gonna leave
day.
the door
Here all
open.
day.
You're gonna leave the door open. But anyway, no,
I
I mean
sleep
the
naked, bro.
whole college.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
the
talking about?
college life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was
What-
my
what-
first like
that-
proper
that-
college
what do you- but you, like,
experience.
yeah, exactly. You see
I
it like you see it on TV.
In movies, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole
American
cliche.
Pie.
Exactly.
Why?
You know what I'm
Because
talking about?
in the UK you didn't go to school or you hadn't attended like.
Well, no, we went to like my high school was basically an academy of sports. So do you know like
Okay.
IMG kind of thing?
No, that sounds-
I don't know how to say it. Basically, like for 2 years, all I did was learn about sport
Okay.
and play soccer every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Math.
So instead of going to like high school, they go
Yeah,
like
you go to specific.
like us-
yeah, that's how it
yeah.
is in like Central
Like
America.
that's
schools.
how I
Like,
Yeah,
got.
exactly.
That's
Everywhere
how I
except
knew all
if
my
you're
strength
gonna do
and
business,
conditioning.
like in high school, if you do business, it's like you do specifically everything related to business.
Mhm.
Like you don't
Correct.
have to take.
Yeah,
other
when you were
courses.
sending me the workouts, that's how I knew kind of what to do. Like, because we did like strength and conditioning
Mm-hmm.
twice a week there and all that, so got to learn.
It's fucking awesome. Dude.
Oh, it was
That's
nice.
why you guys have freak
Experience.
athletes.
Experience
Like
meant.
in CrossFit, bro, like the European dudes and like the UK people, like they just crush. and like
Yeah.
you know, like they're just
Because from a
nasty,
young
like,
age,
yeah,
they're just
different. Like it's like people ask what's in their water, but obviously that discipline from like you know grade school, like it transfer over to when you're a fucking adult. That's beautiful.
But yeah,
it's
so
great because it goes back to what we were talking about, like the mindset, like
positive mindset's biggest thing for me. Like
it has to be. It has
biggest
to be.
thing.
It has to be. That
Whoa.
literally will, and I've literally crossed paths with people where they like hold on to like whatever.
like dwell.
Yeah. They'll do like ADHD. Oh no, that's my crutch.
Oh, they fall back on it every time.
Exactly.
Yep,
that
yep.
fucking victim.
Victim mentality, yeah.
Yo,
That goes
zero.
I have zero tolerance for that.
For that bullshit. Zero. I will like it does not define me.
Yeah.
I had to do the same shit with like my mom. Like after my dad passed away, like my mom was like, oh, because I'm a widow, because I'm a no.
Yep.
I had to check that shit because, bro, the mind is a slippery slope. I'm gonna tell you right now. You check that shit. You have to check that shit. The mind, bro. We live in a little bubble. We are our own little universe. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh, like ourselves?
Yes.
Okay, I'm here
we
for
are
it.
all in our
100%.
own
I'm here for it.
universe, and that shit is noticeable when it's in a position of extremes. Like I'm where I'm at, and when I see the other side of the coin in somebody else, I'm like, that shit hits me in the chest. You know what I'm talking about? Like I'm like, whoa, like yo, hey, you know, like can I help you?
Yeah.
You know, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Like that is different. You know what I'm saying? So like going back to it, like, and I told you earlier, I'm like, I really wanted to touch base on this. Is mindset is everything. Like literally, I know it's a saying, like mind over matter.
No.
No, but literally, mind over matter. Like you will, like I said, the placebo effect, dude.
Yep.
Is different. The same thing, like you were saying, like you go through hard times, the whole college, the whole this, if you're not in the right mindset, like.
Well, imagine somebody like him that comes from a different country.
Exactly.
Like you had no family here, right?
Nah.
Yeah, so you come to a whole new place.
18-year-old just went.
Yeah, like to a fucking
shit,
like a vicious place for like it's a vicious city in the sense of like, you know, like New York, Florida, Cali. Those are big cities where like.
First city I landed in was Baltimore.
Oh
so
shit!
That's rough.
Sounds harsh.
That's rough as fuck.
Yeah, that's
apparently.
rough as fuck.
What was it?
Baltimore. Because
Oh,
I lived in
yeah,
first 2 years I lived in America was in Maryland.
Okay, yeah.
So, but I always used to like live in Virginia with one of the boys as well. But I just got to 18. I mean, where I'm from, it's a bit of a shithole. Like,
I was gonna say, can you kind of tell? So, like, where are you from?
so I'm
Actually,
from
just give 'em-
a little town outside of Newcastle called Consett or Conibongo. As we always
and
used to call
Newcastle
it.
is as
Googling,
furthest
hold on,
north
Googling,
England you can pretty much.
It's the northeast of England. You can still go a bit more north and it be in England, not Scotland.
How
but
far is it from London?
Oh, it's like in terms of a drive, it's a 5-hour drive, but
Okay.
I'm 2 hours from Scotland, so I'm English, but I'm closer to Scotland than I am London.
Yeah,
but
you can tell the accent.
the north over the south all day, every day.
I feel like I'm in Game of Thrones right now.
Yeah,
I know. No, but like,
Fuck
no,
yeah,
but it's
dude.
still, it's
I was
like,
I was
it
yeah,
still
I was
has
why am
through
I
and through. It's
I was
still
like,
got
now I
truth
know I
to
have a
it.
heart on.
No, it's still got
I was
truth
like,
to
Game
it.
of
Like
Thrones.
This guy was a
being
fucking-
from the north,
Where's my shield up?
we don't like the south
Yeah.
because the south is all the Tories.
Posh and
Like
stuff.
the north is the hard workers, the labourers who get all the shit done, and everyone down south kind of just benefits from it. So even though we're going like the Game of Thrones fucking north
King's
and
Landing.
south, like
Yeah. That's
it still goes to this day. Like
That's crazy.
the
That's
north.
crazy. You were just home too.
Oh
like,
yeah,
Was it the first time you've been home in like
4
like
years.
4 years? Yeah, and that you've been in the U.S. for what, 10 years now.
It's my 10th year.
Damn. Yeah. Wow. So shout out.
shit.
I'll drink to that.
Somebody
But,
give me a visa,
Dude,
please.
so you can. cheers. Cheers.
So are you
to
looking for
potential visas.
to potential
Cheers,
visas.
guys. Cheers.
But what's it called? So you were just home, and obviously, I mean, I'm sure the winter up there is harsh. So coming back to Miami, well, Palm Beach is
I mean,
glorious.
look, like the lifestyle and the weather specifically over here compared to back home, especially where I live, it's like we're so high up. Like it's not even like even if it's miserable every day, it's more so the wind. so fucking windy. So even though, like, I mean, the issue now is cost of living is so bad over there. Like, we don't have AC in the house, so when it's no. When it's summer, you open the windows and hope for the best.
Don't you want like a heater?
No, we've got heating.
Oh, you got heat.
But
okay,
because the cost of living is so bad in England right now, like my mom warned us, but we weren't allowed to put the heating on like during the day, or if we did, it was for like an hour. Ooh, and that was it. Yeah. So I was absolute brass monkeys every single day in my own house. Literally wrapped up in dressing gowns, blankets. Like, so in terms of like cost of living, I mean, there's no
and like the government regulates that, like
government. I mean, everyone's on strike. Nurses are on strike with all of the health stuff. Bro, railway, the mailmen are on strike.
Fucking rails,
dude.
Everything.
The government regulates even the amount of alcohol they can pour at like
pub?
like
it's gotta be one. I think it's 1 count. Yeah, 1 count. So it's just.
So he was saying, so like here,
I can drink all day and not get absolute steaming and be like, this is mint. Over here,
hold on.
Give me half an hour later.
Run that back one more time. Hold on.
He'd be absolute steaming.
Yeah. It shows so badass. Like, run that back one more time. It's like, okay, running what?
You get absolute steaming.
Steaming?
Yeah, like steam train. You're just fucking
heated. Steaming Gerard.
Steaming Gerard.
This guy all day.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't imagine, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. So like,
but exactly. Well,
which is not a horrible thing, but then I feel like
don't get me, like, it wasn't I was sitting there miserable or anything like that. Like, I understood what I was going into, and all I had to do was just wrap up and then get on with it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't ringing me mom going, I'm going over to somebody else's house to warm up.
I mean, I kind of feel that too, because like same things when I go to like Dominican Republic, like I always stay at like my aunt's house, and there it's like, hey, you gotta wake up and shower before 11 a.m. because that's when they're gonna cut the power, and so you're not gonna have any hot water, or they're gonna cut the water, so we're not gonna have water, and you have to bathe out of a bucket type of thing. And it's, you think about it, you're like, dude, it's fucking last time I was there was 2022, and you're like, are we still on this, guys? You know, like, and that's how it is in DR. Like, they cut like half the island. They'll give like, oh, we're giving power to the island over here for a couple of hours, and then we'll move it over here. And it's crazy. It's such a crazy concept. I'm sure Colombia and Cuba are ultimately especially Cuba.
Create the idea of scarcity.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's the idea of it.
The idea of
it. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not gobbling up that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no. I feel it's like the whole shit is just, I don't know.
No, but that's how it is. So my other uncle, he used to be like a senator. He's like well-established lawyer there and everything. And his house, obviously, he's got the, what is it called? Like fucking, how is it in English? A generator. So he has like generators, but for him, it's been, yeah. I was like, I don't know, bro. No, because there's like a planta, and then there's like the inversor, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a small generator, and then the other one's like, to where it only works a couple hours, and then there's like the planta where it's like, this bitch can power a whole fucking block, you know what I'm saying? So obviously the more rich, and that's just how those countries are, where it's like the more rich you are, you have all this. So at my uncle's house, they're living lavish, you know? But you go to my aunt's, it's like, yeah, we're only gonna run it for 4 hours, so play your Xbox during those 4 hours, you know? And it's like, what the fuck? As a kid, I was like, luckily we're all at the age to where we were predominantly outside. So like, I would visit, we were outside for fucking 9-12 hours and come back inside, I didn't give a fuck, you know? But now when I went with my girl, I was like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, we're staying at my aunt's, you know, like, this is kind of like situation, like, it's gonna be kind of hot during the day, like, you're gonna have to just get it. Like, all the doors had to be open at night because she only has one little AC unit, so all the doors would kind of run through the hallway, and like that was where the AC would get us. And we had a fan, and I was like, hey, look, luckily, I mean, she was cool with it too, but some people aren't used to that, you know. So I definitely agree with that. It's ultimately for us, it's not like where it was cold, it was hot as fuck.
No, like going El Salvador, what you were saying, like the water was coming out like a little bit of the wall, like no hot water, like, but
the people are happier.
I
knew you were gonna say that. Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah,
I did it, and I was like, this is mint. Like,
yeah. It makes you
like, especially when like you've got no like service whatsoever, so it's not like you're on your phone and all that. And I'm terrible being on my phone. Like, that's one thing I'm trying to improve. I've just got everything on it, and like Twitter's undefeated sometimes, so I've got to
Twitter's legend.
that's one of my goals obviously for this year is like stop being on my phone so much, especially in like public settings. Like if I feel a bit, I'm not part of this fucking conversation. I'm like,
phone.
But
it's like, I'll be right back, guys.
No, yeah.
I'll be right back. Like,
no, that's one thing.
You're active on Twitter though.
Like in terms of
you tweet or you just like.
I mean, no, I'm not.
You're like constantly.
I'm not a retweeter.
I'm a retweeter.
Yeah. This is quality. Retweet.
Yeah, I'm not a tweeter.
Retweet.
The only thing I tweet really is it'll be like football.
Football stuff. Yeah.
So football.
Speaking of football, how's your season going with like your team?
It's a touchy subject.
No. Well, your team that you coach.
Which one?
No, the team that you coach.
It's not this time.
The team I coach.
Yeah,
I
the team that you coach.
Newcastle are third in the league. Fucking
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so your team you support is doing very well.
Team I support, we went through 14 years of misery because a fat bastard called Mike Ashley. Want to fight Mike Ashley?
All right, Mike Ashley, subscribe to the comments.
Yeah, we're gonna tag you.
Defend yourself.
Now, basically, like if you're an owner of like a sports team, you've got to somewhat invest. Now, in terms of what he did with debt, he helped us with debt, but basically, for a 14-year period, he put zero in from his own money. So basically, we just stayed stagnant, went down, came back up, went down. So now that we have the new owners, and it didn't even have to be the Saudi owners, could have been like someone who just had passion for the club. That's it. Luckily
now you have a whole country.
No, let's not say that. No, we don't. That was
ultimately
that was specified in the takeover. It is not the government. But basically, now we're the richest team in the world on paper.
Yeah. So they're so rich that now Ronaldo. I don't know if you guys follow a lot of like soccer and stuff, but I was gonna say. If you want to throw in his clause,
really quick.
Real quick.
Oh well, the Ronaldo clause, that's not true. Better not be true.
Not true?
No, not true.
Oh well,
hope it's not true. Don't want cancer in the changing room at this part at this part of his career.
But what he's saying is not true. For those that don't know, there's like this. It's kind of just going on in the media and stuff. But it's like this clause that if Newcastle makes it to the Champions League, then Ronaldo, since he's playing for a Saudi Arabia team, he can technically go play he'll be on loan to Newcastle, which is kind of shitty.
Hold on.
But
how does Newcastle attach to
owned
by Saudi Arabia?
Both clubs are owned by the same person.
Exactly.
But
gotcha.
in terms of how to just catch up the speed, there's 20 teams in the Premier League. If you put all 19 teams, leave my team out, all 9 teams, put all of their worth together, we're still richer than all 19 other teams put together, which is like 260 billion.
With more money comes more talent, comes more people that already play there or want to play better.
Mean, it's not you like I don't even care about that. Like the fans are like happy again. Like that's the most important thing. Like going back, like obviously.
Do you feel like they like manipulate that shit like
oh yeah, no, 100%.
You know what I'm talking about?
I would say my church is St James's Park, which is the football stadium, right in the center of the city. It's literally
completely different.
Atmosphere. Everything is revolved on the atmosphere now.
I mean, it's all they like. It's technically all you really have, right?
Yeah,
like
pretty much, like everything.
Like as far as like
you've got the pubs
to watch and to like
we got the pubs.
There's a pub on every corner, man. But like, obviously, went home recently, and I felt like it was my first time walking into a game again. Just seeing all of the fans, the flags going everywhere, like unbelievable compared to when I've been in the past. You go in there with
the expectation. I said it all. He's like, compared to the past.
You go in there with the expectation of
this guy's like,
I want to win,
just to
but
zoom into his eyes.
Yeah.
His eyes said it all.
Just died when the it was that miserable. It's just so miserable. No, it's amazing. Now in terms of coaching team, wasn't a good day for the boys today, but we played against a good Broward team, and it was 5-1.
What team do you coach, by the way?
So I coach up in Palm Beach Gardens, Palm Beach Predators. So we have some. To be fair, we have some wicked little teams there. Probably's got the nicest facilities in maybe South Florida.
How old is your group?
The boys I've got is they were born in 2013, so they're U10. And then the girls like tournament team I've got, they're like U14, U15. But in terms of the facilities, like imagine this carpet green, that's what they play on. Like 10 fields of just
Perfectly cut grass.
perfectly cut. Like,
I mean, Palm Beach it's a rich.
in
it's a rich
comparison
area.
to what probably you would have maybe had in Dominican Republic or wherever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like in England, we had nothing like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like growing up, it was just
Which is crazy
mud,
because
dirt.
footy started there, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
mean-
you don't
I
have
mean-
anybody investing in the community with.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
money.
saying. Like, you think that it would it's like
I
this
mean,
game
Palm Beach
started
Gardens
here,
is
like
richest,
just
one of the richest
Yeah.
counties in America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
You got
in
people
terms-
investing in that as write-offs.
yeah.
Albert probably writes off some of his shit. though.
There you go.
That's
Right
the thing.
on.
Like they don't understand how
I
lucky
help.
they have it.
I help.
Like you come down to Miami, and you've got all the Miami teams who are playing on just
Raggedy turf.
like I'd say terrible fields.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I don't think
But we
soccer
played
is
on
that
that growing
popular
up.
down here.
Mm.
Where
Oh,
people
and
are
it is
investing
in
it,
the
you know?
Spanish community. Like the
Yeah, but-
teams that you get down here,
with
especially
the-
Doral are
Doral, yeah,
unbelievable.
Doral has probably like,
Mm-hmm.
but
Doral and Key
Miami
Biscayne
doesn't
usually
have
decent.
like people still that invested in it.
Yes.
Maybe now with like the fact that there's a stadium now and then
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah, some
Miami
people, a lot of
team
deal, you know, like-
and all that, like maybe people are eventually start trying to invest a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But that's awesome, dude. I mean I used to coach basketball, so I know that thrill of coaching, and
Hold on.
that shit sucks more. Like those losses, I think suck more than when you play
But I think
as a coach. Or do you feel differently?
I know. I'm sure it's a kick in the balls, but the whole
sucks.
That's a good question. That like,
Dude, I like cause like
because for Kaiser, obviously I coach up at Kaiser University for the women's team there, and we got to national final 4.
But isn't that so rewarding? That's literally. And I
yeah,
think
but then when
For,
you
for
lose,
me, yeah, because
Well,
for-
on the
that
up and
loss
up, on the
hurts,
up and
dog.
up. But
yeah,
on
my
the-
playing.
Yeah,
I
that's-
mean, for my playing career, I got to the conference final every single year and got beat every single year in the conference final. You know, so it was like
This guy.
I
he's
didn't
over
win it
here
as
like,
never won it as a player, which killed us, but won it.
But tell me how you
won
really
it as a
feel.
coach.
Tell me how you really feel.
I was
There's some deep
devastated because
this guy's
I should be
like-
sitting here being like, I'm gonna have a national title ring in the next
Yeah.
few months when it gets delivered to us, and it's gonna be a fat ring on my finger,
Yeah.
and that's like your cemented kind of legacy then.
Mhm.
So in terms of does it sting more as a coach or a player? Depending on the situation of the outcome, really. For me, for example, if it's like the girls or the boys gave everything, that's football.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's just how it is. That's just sport sometimes. But in terms of me being a player, I didn't play as well as I know I can. I think that
Yeah.
stings a bit more than if the team play absolute
Well, you're
dog
more in
shit.
control.
then-
You're more in control.
Well, so it's actually I mean, for you, I feel like at least so the position Clarky played he was a goalkeeper. So like I feel like that.
Goalkeeper?
Yeah. So I
don't
feel
look
like
one. I'm not. I'm not that tall. Just
no, but
little
I just
spider
feel
monkey.
like as a goalkeeper, like you get scored on, like you're like fuck, I should have caught that. Like like the team's down because of me. You know what I mean? And like obviously you don't want that mentality. but, like,
it's a lonely
I feel like it's a
position.
lot. It's a
Like,
very lonely
goalkeepers
position.
like
yeah.
mental strength has to be like top
Yeah.
shape, because if you let one, even if it's not your fault and the goal goes in
Exactly, yeah.
and you're still thinking about that goal, fuck, another one's went in
Another
because you
one.
were still thinking about that. Plus, if you make a mistake, it's pretty much a goal in a game.
Yeah,
If a striker, midfielder gives the ball away,
There's
that's
so
not,
many
that's not
times
remembered,
it's
but the goal always
the
is.
goal.
So,
Yeah.
it's a lonely position, but it's such a fun position. Like you got to be a bit psycho to do it,
Yeah.
but
I love when
Like,
they make full
like
stretched
that-
out dives.
not even hands. Not that tall to be fair. Like.
He's 5'11".
No, it says 6 foot. It says 6 foot on all of my IDs, right? So
Let them know. Let them know.
last physical was 6 foot as well.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
I mean, not that tall.
They
but
both have that little
Yeah, they
swirl
use
on
the
the hair.
hair.
You
My
know?
hair gives us a few more inches.
Yeah.
If needs be, like. But
Dude, that's funny. It's funny, like the cultural difference, obviously from English to like American, because I mean, like when we live together, like Clarky's like, oh, we're going out, and he showers. I mean, sorry to put you out there, but he showers and just like, blow dries his hair, always like perfectly done up, like, perfectly.
We got one of those
Dude.
in the group.
And I'm
That's
just like,
Edgar. He's Cuban.
no, that's not. No, okay, so it's not so much cultural difference, but it's
That
like
guy takes 25 minutes just to do his hair.
His
I'm
hair?
not kidding. Just
Really?
25 minutes, right?
Is his hair even that long? It's long enough. I guess long enough.
It requires 25 minutes.
Maintenance. Yeah.
That's all we know.
All right, so
So-
at the end of this, what's it called, episode, Albie's gonna drop his skincare, and then we'll have Edgar one day to drop his hair care.
Oh, yeah, skincare too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Homeboy-
shit, okay.
homeboy
He's
is
posh.
meticulous.
All right. Very well, very well. Shit, dude. Honestly, how do you feel? So I know obviously soccer is
Man, I
like
can do this
life,
all day,
right?
bro.
So
I
fucking,
can do this
you
all
have
day.
what was your thoughts on like with, Maradona obviously passed away last year, the year before. Now Pele fucking passed away. Like I know these are like obviously more Argentinian, Brazilian legends, but they're obviously still legends in the industry, in the game, So like I know for him, he's a big Alan Shearer fan. Which Shearer's still doing fucking great, fucking
He's just
knocking it out the
he's
park
just
with
presenting everything.
presenting stuff. Yeah, he's an announcer.
He's
I think
just
now.
a pundit announcer, just living the dream.
But like, what's your thought like when a legend kind of passes? Because I know you grew up watching. Ultimately
Grew up
his
watching.
stuff.
I mean, for me, like Pele and Maradona weren't my generation in terms of the legacy they have and the player they were, like unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah.
I'm English, so we're kind of brought up to dislike Maradona
Yeah.
because
The
he
hand of
he
God.
cheated the hand of God.
The hand of God. I don't know if you guys
So,
heard about that or no.
Yeah, the famous goal.
Yeah.
The famous
Yeah.
goal.
So
He headed in,
basically,
but
he
it.
pretends
Yeah,
to
his
head it
hand-
and he punches the ball in the
Yeah.
net, and now he scores one of the greatest goals ever in that game as well.
Absolutely,
But they
Yeah.
Argentina go to beat England 2-1 the World Cup. They whatever.
I'm
So-
sure that's things, right?
Yeah. So literally, I was just brought
You
up.
just realized.
I just realized.
But if you watch like the highlights, like if you watch the highlights of them from what they do have recorded,
Mhm.
unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
for me, I'd say now it's like your Frank Lampards, your Gerrards. Like I'd say they're my generation. If Shearer died, then
Yeah.
that would the whole Newcastle would like Brazil. They would
Gotcha.
take 3 days of mourning.
Damn. Yeah.
I hope anyway.
That's legend, man. Like so, like Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard. They're all managers now. Like, how do you feel about players becoming managers? Because I know that not all of them
But I
are
like that. I like
the
that.
best.
I don't even know that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, but I like still the influence. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because there's an impact.
They understand what
There's
it
an
is being on
impact.
field.
There's still an impact. There's still a level of respect. There's still a level of
Mhm.
understanding.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That you can, and that's even in myself. Like I've done like sales training, the whole nine. Like
Mhm.
I like the whole like where I can influence, where I can tell you something, and I see in your eyes where you're like, that
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
aha moment.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
the
what I'm
little
talking
spark.
about?
Yeah, yeah.
That alone. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I think in terms of like how they influence the players in terms of their own background
Of
is
course.
huge. The one thing that is difficult is just because they were a good player doesn't give them, I guess, the right to go straight to the top, if that makes sense as a coach.
Yep.
So like you see now, Steven Gerrard,
Yeah, he's kind of
England legend.
flunking.
He's worshipped in England, but
As a
went
manager. he's
to the
been-
top. Started off low, did really well, went to the top, failed.
Mhm.
Frank Lampard's
Frank
getting
Lampard's-
sacked next.
He's
he has to.
slowly on the way down.
He's
I
going to
mean,
get fired. Alan
I
Shearer,
know Everton.
Newcastle legend, came and coached us for half a season and couldn't save us, and we got relegated.
Yep.
So I feel like the experience helps. What I would love to see more professional players do when they retire is becoming referees. Because I think there's so many officials in the game who didn't play the game enough or at that level
Yep.
to really understand that's a foul, that's not a foul.
Yeah.
Like
And I think there's a dynamic there. There's a dynamic that where it's kind of changing. Like now it's being utilized like as a tactic. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole the whole flopping, like there's
Well, that's ultimately that it goes into strategy, yeah. Because like there's times to where like, look, if I'm the fucking last defender and I know he's quicker than me, like I'm sorry, but I'm probably gonna fucking kind of put my leg in and I'll take the yellow card, but knowing that eludes him from fucking scoring because I know he's gonna beat me.
If they put the
Yeah,
you're gonna
you're inside the box. You get any little contact. you're gonna take it because you get a chance for a penalty. No, absolutely, yeah.
There's loads of manipulation,
and it's
But
all in your head.
That's I like that because it would be an awesome direction.
Correct.
And actually it would give the sport a whole lot more.
Give it credibility.
Exactly, because honestly, right now it's you know what I'm saying.
It's one of the biggest issues in sport generally.
Exactly.
The official made a wrong call, all your fault.
Yep.
So I think that's another reason why they don't go down that route, because the criticism that referees and officials take, like, so some of it's warranted. Don't get me wrong. I've absolutely berated some referees for some shocking decisions, but in terms of players, they'll go down the coaching route because I think it's more accessible and easier for them.
But it's also money, right?
Well,
because how much?
I
does
mean,
a referee get paid?
over here, I mean, referees. I mean, at the highest level, you'd think they'd get paid. They get paid like maybe $2,000 a game,
bro.
I mean, would I? No, you know what? I'll happily have 52,000 people screaming referees a wanker if I'm getting paid $2,000 for the game.
Yeah.
Because guess what? The referee never loses.
Correct.
Think about that. The referee never
Especially
loses.
nowadays.
Yeah, but some of those countries, I feel like your life's at.
Oh no! If you're in like if
You know
you're
what
in
I'm saying?
Colombia, like, and you make a bad call against the Colombia national team back in the day,
Oh, absolutely.
My last name is
one of the players got
Murillo.
killed.
Murillo, so.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Elaborate.
No, Murillo was like the one that accidentally fucking scored a goal on himself.
Yeah.
And
Oh, no, bro.
Was he like a family member to you guys?
No, Colombian
he just-
player.
No,
Yeah,
because he's
see,
Colombian and he has the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
last name.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
But he wasn't related. He just
No,
same
no,
last
no,
name.
no.
Gotcha.
But homeboy showed up that, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yup. That's
No,
how
yeah,
it is.
no, it happens.
You guys kind of take this a little serious.
No, I mean, yeah, some.
Footy's
Like,
life.
it
man.
is life. No, it is life, but to a certain extent.
Yeah,
Like,
to lose your
it's a-
fucking
it's
life
a-
over it. It's
Yeah, to lose your life
You're
over
done fucked up. You're done
support.
fucked
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
that's the
it's,
stupidest way to go.
you gonna find out. Depends how much you fuck around. What is it? What is
Hey,
it? You
what's
gonna
the
fuck
charge?
around. You're gonna fucking
Fuck
find
around?
out.
fuck around and find out.
Yeah, but no, that's a like good example of how like fuck around. Like, this is my concept of. So we go. So Sam, my roommate's at a Dolphins game right now.
Oh, okay.
Right. So let's say he's a big Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
Literally, someone. Let's say I don't know who to play.
Jets. They're playing the Jets.
Playing the
today.
Jets. All right. So
Yeah,
Dugan.
it's a
that's
big,
a good-
there
it's
you
a
go.
big rivalry
Perfect.
game.
Sam isn't really a Jets fan, but I mean, sorry, Dugan's a Jets fan. Sam is a Dolphins fan. They can sit right next to each other in the stadium, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you do that back in England, it doesn't matter. Something's kicking off after
Oil
five
and water,
seconds.
huh?
Yeah,
Oil
literally
and
oil
water.
and
So,
water.
so like in terms of how our stadium is, everything's covered. Newcastle this way, we put the away fans up in the heavens, right in the corner.
In the
Yeah.
nosebleeds.
In the heavens.
That's what it's called. Literally up in the heavens. We put them in the heavens.
So how do you determine that though? Like when you buy tickets?
Everything's allocated. Allocated to certain ends,
Oh,
so
so
that
it
way
asks
the
you who's
away
you're
fans are
supporting?
all together. Which, by the way, no matter what team you are, if you go to an away game in England, it'll be one of the best things you'll ever do. Like
Yeah.
in terms
Really?
of they're
they-
fucking mental.
They do that shit with the Dolphins. The away team is on, like, it's strategically placed where the sun in the
Yeah.
afternoon.
There you go,
You're
yo.
gonna catch.
Yeah, you
that
drain
shit.
it because if the fans don't feel it, they're not gonna hype the players. And
Dude,
the players,
no,
you know, and then
No, that's why we
the
put them
whole
in the
the whole
heavens.
bench
Yeah.
the whole
The quiet.
bench at 1 o'clock in the afternoon
hot as fuck.
over here is chilling. The other side,
Yeah.
microwave.
No,
Damn.
but
Nah,
you
it's
could never get away
strategy.
with. You're a West Ham fan. I'm a Newcastle fan. I've went to West Ham because coming to St James, like, either or. If we sit next to you and you celebrate, that's
Kicking
it.
off.
Those are
Yeah.
fighting words.
Literally.
Well, that's
Those
what I
are
mean. Like
fighting words.
over here, like you'll have people like right
Shit,
next to each other
man.
just celebrating, and I'm sitting there going, I could never do that.
Yeah.
I could never have like watching it at home.
Yeah.
For example, is different. Like we're watching Newcastle West Ham at home, it's different. But
Yeah.
in a stadium, it's literally
guy-
it's
this
death
guy-
wish. You've signed your death wish. Like
I can see
That's
this guy
nuts.
flipping a switch like
Yeah,
Well,
nah.
he's a big, he's a boxer, bro. So
Nah,
he's
nah,
a big boxer.
couldn't
Yeah.
box.
like no.
So you've had like situations like that back at home, like where you guys got into.
No. Better question. How many altercations have you started?
I've not started any. Honestly,
he's like, it wasn't my fault. This guy was celebrating.
Like this friendly banter. Like, so when I was younger, I used to always try to sit next to the away fans because that was when you were younger. You were a little shit. Turn around, all this, laughing at them when you win, singing songs, all that. Mint. Don't get me wrong.
By the way, I want to remind everyone that he said that there was 14 years of
misery.
Yeah, misery.
Yeah. So this guy
has been through
what he was getting into. Was looking for problems. Like, okay, I just want to remind everyone. Because the thing is, I just want to put shit in perspective.
The worst thing I've been. The worst thing I've been not involved in. I'm not a fighter. I'm not like someone who will start stuff. Like, I'm there to watch the game. If you're there to start fights, like, are you really a fan?
Yeah.
Or are you just trying to start fights? But there's a story where Newcastle Sunderland, we got beat. I think it was Sunderland, but basically one of the Newcastle fans punched a police horse.
Oh, shit.
So punched the police horse?
Punched the police horse. Big mistake. Yeah, like, hey, who would expect that?
Somebody translate, because I don't.
So
a
horse.
There's a police. Yeah, like,
somebody translate. Like let's play telephone.
Yeah.
Somebody.
There was a policeman on a horse, like a physical horse. And then he just punched.
That's how we do it. Like, that's how we do it.
They do it different, bro.
Yeah, over here. Yeah, no one's gonna.
They do it different.
Yeah. Well, I mean, over here, no one's gonna fuck about, like.
Yeah.
Because everyone's carrying guns, and you're like, nah.
Oh, that's right. Policemen don't carry.
So policemen like. So the flashbangs will go off in the smoke.
Flashbangs.
Yeah, and the tear gas, like, they'll do that. The
Duty
battens, they'll have battens and that, and like they'll all ride the horses, especially at football games. All securities, all on horses, stuff like that. But over here, over here is different gravy. Over here is over here is. That's probably why you can sit next to the away fans and be like,
outlaws,
"Well done, good kid."
I don't want to get shot.
This is watered down. Like, I could just imagine, like, that's what I'm like.
Here, you fuck around, you find out real quick.
Yeah, but you don't think about that.
When we go to Dublin.
Yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on you, sir.
Yeah. I'm over here.
Well,
like,
English going to Dublin, any Englishman going to Ireland, well, back in the day, like, it wasn't my time. For example, John, Mam's partner.
Yeah.
He's got family in Ireland, but he's from London. And so he went to Ireland when he was younger, and basically he could, like, say, can I have a pint of Guinness, and like Irish, like, but then when he got asked questions, he couldn't really talk. And Larry, like, it was one of them moments where, like, do you know how the music could awkwardly cut out?
Yeah.
And then everyone's just looking at you.
Yeah.
Like, Larry was like, bartender was like, you're not Irish.
You know, oh,
Larry had to get out and just leg it.
Damn.
Like, there's loads of history.
Really?
There's loads of bad blood between.
Bad blood, English
There's
and
loads
Irish.
of bad blood between English and Irish. Like, I lived with 4 Irish lads a few years ago.
Like, but to that extent.
Yeah. I mean,
homeboy had to.
Yeah.
Give it legs.
We tried
Give
it.
it legs.
No English would be allowed in the bars and that, but like basically, I'll give an example. I won't name them.
I go in there on purpose. I'll put the quarter in that machine.
Yeah.
God save the Queen.
Like,
Start playing.
What's good?
Nah,
Keep the mic closed.
Absolutely. Panic stations if you did that.
Ma'am.
Panic stations, but nah, like.
Yeah.
So wait, so what do you do? Wait, hold on. Don't sidetrack.
What did he do? He got out and
after he hit the horse, dude. He just
all right.
story.
Well, I don't know. I'm assuming he got.
Like, how do you not?
I'm assuming he got. Well, one, hopefully, I mean, the shit beat out of him.
Jesus.
But 2, definitely went to jail. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's what I mean. The culture in terms of like soccer specifically is just. It is its own religion back in England.
Yeah.
Not just where I'm from, just like
That's
the
awesome.
whole of England. Like even your local teams, like they'll have a diehard following fan.
Actually, now that you say that, local teams, fucking, how do you feel about all these like celebrities starting to buy like ownership into like all these new teams? So like for example, Ryan Reynolds with and the other guy from
Rob.
Always
Rob?
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
like
forgot his
so
last
they
name.
they purchased the team Wrexham. And Wrexham just beat Coventry.
Yeah, and
freaking the FA Cup. That was freaking
they're from
great
Wales,
game.
So
They're 3 leagues under the team that they beat, and the team that they beat is in the second league. So they're in the 5th league, and they beat the team. Yeah. So it's like this massive. Like it was like a 4-2 or 4-1.
Yeah.
No, it was like
It was 3-1.
or maybe it was like 4-3 or something. But it was still like to where it's like fucking impressive shit, and like some pretty banger goals too.
Well, that's the
not
thing.
expected.
Like the FA Cup specifically, basically, you could have Bob, who is a part-time engineer.
I love Bob.
Bob,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bob.
Bob, good man, part-time engineer,
I don't know
part-time
what
football.
the
So
fuck is
semi-professionals, semi-professionals can go and play against
Oh, that's pretty
your
cool.
Manchester Uniteds, your Chelsea's. It gives everyone in the entire of England a chance.
Yep. So you
So you
yeah,
get
exactly. You can have this guy who plays Sunday League play against a guy who plays
Who gets
fucking
paid
in the
50,000 a
NFL,
week.
like the top of top of the top.
Like
So
mental.
it's obviously, I mean, some teams they just get blown
Yeah,
out,
of
you know.
course. Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you have like a team from like a fucking lower league like match or beat a team that's on one of the top leagues, it's fucking next level. So I can just imagine those fans just.
But
fucking
in terms of
mad.
celebrities, what
Just
you
the
were saying.
exposure, right?
Yeah.
Just
The exposure in itself, yes.
Yeah.
How does it work for like soccer, for example? Like for kids that are trying to make it to like the Premier League, like usually here, like right, like if you're trying to make it to like the NFL or the NBA, like you have to go to school, you have to go to college, and then have grades and be fucking great at it.
Yeah.
Correct.
How does it work when it comes to like being in a Premier League team? Like, cause like you have like obviously like the rules and the other side of the world are
it's
different than the rules here.
different. So basically, when you're 16, if you're at a club, you'll get offered a scholarship.
Okay.
So you'll get paid $100 to $200 a week.
Okay.
I'll put in dollars. $100 to $200 a week you'd get paid, and it'd be kind of like what I did. You'd go to like the academy to learn. So you do classes still.
Okay.
When
So
you're
you still have
16
to
and
do
18, you come out with some degree, because that's how.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed.
Well, that's how
that
it's
you're-
set up. Like, they're not going to
Yeah.
just throw 16-year-old kids into professional teams where
They can't
1%
do
of them
math.
1% of them make it, and now they come out and they can't do anything. Like,
Gotcha.
in
Okay,
terms
so
of-
you are required to finish some schooling.
They'll still do some schooling at 16 in the academy. Once you hit 18, you get offered your professional contract. Once you're 18, or even, I mean, there's players who are signing professional contracts at 16, 17 now.
Yeah, they're like.
Then it's your
fucking-
choice, really. They'll still give you some form of education, I think, when you're that young. But
I think.
Is it like a general education, or is it like do you have to maintain like a grade point average?
no,
or like,
none of that. None of
Nah,
that.
it's just like
you'll
you-
do classes. I don't even really feel like it'll be exam based. It's more so like
It's more of just like here's some
coursework.
knowledge, you know. So
No, it's
you're
just
not
coursework,
stupid.
so it's just
Yeah.
papers and essays kind
Yeah.
of thing, like you would do in a master's
Oh
program.
shit! Damn. Yeah, that's.
He's
I
like,
mean-
I'm gonna get my master's.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like, but in terms of the schooling system, we don't get scholarships for university. Like, if I'm
Yeah.
going to play football at a university in England, it's because I want to have a piss up with my mates.
Oh, okay.
So we'll play, and we'll all go get steaming after. But over here, and that's the main reason why I came over here. Coming over here to get me school paid for, and I still get to play.
Yeah.
No brainer. Like, I've got no debt, no
Yeah.
school debt, and I'm on my second
This is my
masters.
dude.
Exactly, yeah.
Second master's, no school debt.
He's
Classic,
like,
bro.
I
All you
came
gotta do
over
is
here.
play.
Now again, if anyone would like to give it work views, I'm very hard working.
Hold on,
Hey, hey,
sell
hey,
yourself
hard
on there.
worker.
Put the disclaimer. All right.
Yeah.
What's
Fuck.
No, definitely.
Or
man. I mean,
immigration, just please fucking do my case that I've been waiting a year on. Like you said, it was 3 to 4 months.
Hey, I'm a hard working.
Because you applied for it like the.
I applied
the-
for it. I applied for it last year and then finished the final, like all the evidence they wanted. So gave it in March last year. Still haven't heard anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean.
dude. Honestly, like the.
And what would be easier for you to
Process
find like
is-
a good-looking girl and
Well,
tie a knot?
I've got my missus, so I mean,
Oh,
not
you-
rushing anything. But
gotcha. Okay. Oh, so you do have a girlfriend.
Recorded.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Fiance.
okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
Fiance.
Yeah. No, he's already on his way, but it's like.
I'm not
it's-
using the green card. Like, we're not rushing the green card.
Gotcha.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's
I
more
gotcha.
sort of like once things are figured out and we're able to do it and
it's-
sustain. Like, so
Yeah.
if it is going to be on paper,
Don't
for
fucking
example.
look at me like that. This is gonna be
Oh,
Don't
you said
look at
something,
me
so I looked.
Don't look at me like that.
What did I say?
So
Hot boy.
once we figure things out, then yeah, obviously the easiest way is to get your green card.
Yeah,
Once you have your
gotcha.
green card, I can go work anywhere. Like, that's my issue now. I'm not allowed.
Work.
Like, on a student visa, you're not allowed to work unless it's in the school. So it's like
Oh shit! So you are like the requirement is
Yeah.
You gotta just be in school.
Pretty much, you gotta
And
be
then,
in school
and then
to
you
work.
for the school.
Well, the visa,
Yeah,
or
right
whatever,
now.
whatever
Student
is
visa.
your
Now, the
ground.
one I applied for was a 3-year work visa. So
Exactly.
that would be me working like at a sports agency, and then I'd have to renew it every 3 years for a year or 2 years or something.
Gotcha.
So the easiest is obviously green card, but work visas are just so difficult to get. That's why everyone goes back to school. That's why I'm back to school.
Where we at?
We've got like
We
We
got
have, like,
about
3
9
minutes.
minutes.
9 minutes?
We got 9 minutes.
9
Yeah,
minutes?
yeah.
All right. So let's rush. All right.
fire questions.
Spitfire.
Nah, that's wow, bro. I mean, that's
Hold on, there's actually one thing I did want to ask.
Go on.
Kind of now that we're kind of talking about athletes, as well as earlier we kind of mentioned, like, you know, how y'all went fucking crazy during COVID and stuff. So now with the COVID vaccinations, I want to throw this little fucking tidbit out there, yo. So
Go on,
I
yeah.
kind of want to get your thoughts on like all these sudden deaths, because obviously you saw the player recently, Hamlin, right?
Yeah.
Hamlin. So obviously that was a condition to where, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, correct me, that where he got hit in between heartbeats or something like that, to
well,
where it's like a
he's the one
serious
that initiated the
No, no,
contact.
case.
No.
It was like something like that.
Football.
Yeah.
At the end
But
of the
didn't
day,
he initiate the contact?
It doesn't fucking matter.
Well,
Hey,
I'm saying he initiated the
hey,
contact.
it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Let's focus on what's the variable
Yep.
that made it different.
Yep.
And it's
So that's the thing. So apparently there's
you
about
say it, you
16.
say it.
There's about
Say it.
1,616
Say it.
cardiac arrests and serious injuries within athletes.
compared to
I don't know.
Prior to the
But
vaccine.
yeah,
Prior
prior
to-
to yeah, exactly. Like the most thing they have in common, I believe,
yeah,
now
yeah.
is the
Apparently
vaccine
There's a spike. What's the variable?
with the vaccine, right? Yep, that's the thing. So that's why I definitely think it should be established, or it should be investigated. Which, I mean, obviously we can go into conspiracies for fucking days, but there's been
the thing is,
1,114
I
deaths
hate-
since then, bro.
I hate where there's a fucking base and there's grounds and there's something and it's dismissed as
Bro,
conspiracy.
it's because it's honestly, it's the business behind it. There's so many businesses thriving off of it that it's like, maybe we shouldn't bring this up into
I'm
the
gonna be
media.
honest
We
with
shouldn't
you.
do this, you know. So maybe that's
You
one
guys-
of the reasons
you guys,
why.
you guys are on the up and coming.
Of course,
You guys,
definitely,
You
yeah.
guys are on the up and coming. Maybe we should like wait until you got
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
wait until you got the like the
No, but
million listeners.
I'll say in terms of
Yeah.
sports,
Yeah.
for example, in terms of athletes going down
Yeah.
for cardiac
Because
arrest.
Erickson
went
had the
down,
heart, yeah.
Who
There was a goalie that went down too,
Still,
no?
there was
There's
Sergio
a
Aguero had to
shitload.
retire.
he couldn't play for
like,
Argentina, which they won
people-
the World Cup.
Fans
so
in the
shit.
crowd, like you'd never really hear of like how many cardiac arrests from people in the crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh,
So,
good
like-
point. Very good point.
Everyone's all hyped up, but you would never, like 5 years ago, you would never hear maybe one or two here and there of stories of someone passed away from a heart attack in the crowd, but like the way it kind of snowballed since then.
Yeah.
No,
But
that there's even enough to snowball.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Like isolated issues, fine.
Fine, yeah.
But to have enough
Yeah.
to snowball,
Yeah.
like my friend.
Yeah, now it's like guys, there's enough evidence to at least start investigating. At least question
I already
the
foresee,
situation.
like, did you take the Pfizer? Blah, 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 blah?
Yeah, yeah.
We're doing a class action. Da, da, da. Like I already
Yeah.
see the infomercial.
Yeah.
I already see the infomercial.
Call this number if you take
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, did you grow
you
a
get
third
vaccinated?
arm?
Have you been a victim of
Yeah, I
whatever?
did.
Oh, shit.
Did I didn't want to because I mean I've never really had any kind of shot even throughout my entire life. Like maybe when you were a baby and that, but in terms of anything growing up, never had anything. I did it because I wanted to go home to visit my family and it had to be
Oh,
done in
shit.
order to do
So
that.
understand. The thing is, they fucking put a fucking knife to your back.
Yeah, yeah,
But I
They
didn't
put a
get
knife to
the
your back.
booster. I did what I
Yeah,
did to
nah,
get
it ain't-
required. And I
Hey.
didn't even fucking end up going home because my visa not getting in time.
Oh,
But
fuck.
But you understand?
So-
right?
And you see, you got
Yeah,
both
yeah.
shots.
yeah, I got the both shots and
Well, yeah, both shots. Yeah, I mean, I got it too, but whatever. But no, I just kind of wanted to get your little insight on
Does
that.
that-
But like you said, when we up and coming,
When you guys see that,
we'll really hit that.
does it throw you guys off? Like to think like,
But
oh fuck,
That was
like,
that was my biggest thing for not getting it, because I'd seen how many athletes and people
Yeah.
are going down, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the gym and then anything.
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
That mindset, yeah, agreed. You're seeing it happen to other, and then you're like, oh shit, like now I'm a bit.
But ultimately, it still puts shit in perspective.
Yeah.
It still makes you think. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, at the end of the day, I don't know. The numbers don't lie, and the thing is, it's being watered down. The thing is,
absolutely,
you know what really I pay attention to is the effort to water it down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're putting a lot of effort to water this down.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, the
I'm
media
like,
controls
so
the narrative.
You're watering this down. If there's 3,000, it's probably 12.
Yep.
You know
Absolutely,
what I'm saying?
yep.
No, because they do the opposite. If China this and that, and I talked to you earlier. He was like, yo, what do you think? This dip is good with the stock market, the whole nine. And I'm like, yo, it's good. However, there's a lot of variables out there.
Yeah.
Where with and the stock market goes
Boom.
down.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Literally. Yep.
Like from nothing.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm like China right now is like, yo, these people are building massive. They're preparing for war.
Yeah.
They're preparing for war.
Absolutely.
They're not even preparing for COVID between you and me.
Yep.
They're preparing for war.
Oh shit.
And I've already seen it. Like the whole Taiwan is gonna be the new Ukraine. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
That's where it's at. Like, cause China and Russia.
Yep.
Compared to China is gonna be, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, bro, it's all headlines.
Yeah.
It's all headlines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So in that sense, it's literally a wait and see right now. It's a wait and see.
Honestly, I don't want to say I agree, but I don't want to say I disagree. But it's something I'm so willing to fucking keep up with and like kind of keep reading up on, because dude, honestly, like the world's fucking crazy. So like, you know, no matter between what it is today and what it is tomorrow and what it was yesterday, it's always night and day. And honestly, we're kind of out of time, guys. So I don't want to like cut it off that crazy. But I wouldn't want to end on that note before we get on another fucking dark hole. So we'll definitely have to have another, maybe even fucking part 3 to this. But what's it called? My one thing is that I did want to say is, or ask is, if you guys have any kind of things, like what's going on with your life right now that you kind of want to put out to the audience. You know, maybe, you know, if you're looking for like a claims adjuster, you know, if you want to throw that out there, no.
This guy has too many claims.
What is? All right, how about this? How about this?
No, I think
What's your what's your tidbit? What's your tidbit?
Mindset, if I may.
That's what it is. No, that's what it is.
You are the guest.
I want to
guest.
hear. I want to hear your. If you had this one message right now, you're in this elevator.
Really?
If
Right.
you're in this elevator, right? You got into the lobby and you hit the penthouse, right? Between the lobby and the penthouse, let's say it's about 11 minutes. So what's your 11-minute sales pitch? Don't take 11 minutes. But what's your sales pitch that someone needs to know while they're with you in that elevator?
I think people need to give a little
Fix
bit.
the mic a little closer. There you go.
Ma'am?
Yeah, perfect.
I think people need to give a little bit more value to that voice in their head and understand that that voice in their head does not define you. We are not defined by our experiences. We need to literally grasp what's in front of us, but it does not define us. All right? You may be a widow. You may be in a heartbreak. You may be in this. You may be in that. It does not define you. From one moment to another, we can take a step forward and be a completely different person. Even my group, they'll send a picture of me fucking
Just
twisted,
in Ivan's jean jacket.
twisted, and I'll laugh at it because that's not me. That's not me.
That was you at that moment, maybe.
That was exactly. That is not me.
Gotcha.
I think we need to be a little bit more self-aware. We go back to what I was saying about self-talk,
Self-talk. Yep.
right? We touch base on that.
Mm-hmm.
Self-talk. You have no idea the value that our self-talk has.
Mm-hmm.
Our mind is like, I'm going to open my business. Immediately, the mind, oh no, but the taxes. Oh no, but this. Oh no, but the overhead. Oh no, but this. Immediately, our mind creates obstacles. But that shouldn't be it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, we need to understand that our mind is not me. We are two different people. We are this. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
You feel me? And that I feel is where my little bouginess is, because, and he knows, I've shoveled shit on my own plate. I've fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the people you need to listen to.
Absolutely.
In that dark side of the spectrum, because it's a pendulum. And if you've seen the dark side, then you're going to appreciate
The light. Fuck, honestly, mad respect. Mad respect, Clarky.
On a lighter note.
I don't know if you have a lighter note, but I really want to hear.
I've got 11 minutes. Go on. What's my question again?
Yeah. So you hopped in the lobby. You hopped in the elevator in the lobby, and you clicked penthouse because that's where you live because you're fucking successful. You know. And you hop in there and you were riding the elevator. What's your message to me that I gotta know before I get off on my floor?
Oh, before you get off, my message to you. Well, I mean, it kind of
not to me, but like to somebody that you're like, yo, this person, I have to let this person know.
Newcastle's the best team in the world. No, best fans in the world, and wrap that up. No, I think it kind of builds off that. Like for me, positive mindset, and it doesn't have to be a strict routine, but some sort of routine where you know you're in control of your life. Therefore, the self-talk, all of that kind of links in with it. Then if you're in control of your life, you know what you can do, like self-worth, self-motivation. It just all depends on who's hungry at the end of the day, like who's actually gonna do the shit instead of who's gonna say they're gonna do it.
Make it happen, Captain.
Well, make it happen,
El
Captain.
Capitano.
Oh, yeah, man. I respect that. I always respect that. Ivan, do you have any closing statements?
No, guys. I'm actually debating if to drop it as one full episode or two. Like that's what's been going through my mind because like both conversations were very good. But no, thank you guys both for being on, and I look forward to having you guys on again.
No, it was classic. I can't wait.
Please.
Definitely.
Yeah, we definitely need.
I feel like I'm gonna have to run out like a 4-hour room just to like pick up both your brains. But I'm glad you guys are doing well. Glad I saw you again. I know it's been over a year, dude. That's nuts.
That's
crazy.
I need to come down a lot more often.
Yeah. Well, I was in Palm Beach not so long ago. I was actually very nice. We took the train up there and got to hang out.
Line's nice. Like.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I went to O'Shea's. I thought about the last time we were all there. So, yeah, dude. It was good times.
Was there yesterday, like?
Yeah. But no, other than that, you know, guys, comment, like, subscribe, follow these gentlemen. Don't give him your claims. You guys got to give them to me. He still benefits from it because we'll travel together. So we'll spend that money together. All right?
Yeah.
You got anything, Phidias?
No, guys. You know where to find us. We're on all your socials at Not Famous Podcast. Remember, this is the podcast where just fun local guys have funny conversations on where we just kind of ask who us and who our guests are and what makes us today, whether we're famous, not famous, or not famous. So thank you. Tune in. Hit that subscribe button. Please. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.